In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to return to the default or startup layout in Cinema 4D. If your interface ever feels scrambled after experimenting or following a tutorial, restoring the default layout is a quick way to get everything back to a familiar starting point without affecting your scene, objects, or render settings. Here's the simplest way to do it. Look to the top right corner of the Cinema 4D interface. You'll find the layout control there, often shown as a small menu icon with three dots or labeled as a layout dropdown depending on your version and theme. Click that button to open the list of available layouts. In that list, you'll see the default options provided by Cinema 4D, including the default or startup layout. Select the one you want, and the interface instantly snaps back to that configuration. This change is purely about how panels, managers, and toolbars are arranged. Your work stays safe and exactly as it was. If you're using a newer version of Cinema 4D, specifically R25 and later, there's an additional control that's helpful to know about. In the same top right area, you can toggle between the newer layouts and what Cinema 4D calls legacy layouts. This toggle is separate from the layout dropdown and acts like a filter for what you see in the layout list. When you switch it on, you'll see the classic legacy style layouts. When you switch it off, you'll see the modern layouts introduced in newer versions. Pick the default or startup option from whichever set you prefer. This is especially useful if you've upgraded and want the interface to behave like an earlier release, or if you're following tutorials that reference the legacy arrangement. A couple of quick tips as you do this. If you don't immediately see the layout button, try widening the application window or checking that your interface scale isn't hiding the top right controls. Also, switching layouts won't delete or overwrite any custom layouts you might have created. It simply loads the chosen arrangement. You can switch back and forth as often as you like while you work. That's all there is to it. Head to the top right, open the layout menu, choose the default or startup layout, and in R25 and later, use the legacy layouts toggle if you want access to the classic setup. With that, you can quickly reset your workspace and keep your focus on creating.